Hello, friends. I welcome you all. I am Professor Priya Mekwan from Dr. Ambedkar Institute of Management Studies and Research. In this video today, we're going to understand and learn what communication is. Of course, we do understand and know the meaning of what communication is, but in a general way. When we talk about business communication, there are certain aspects, certain levels, certain areas to be covered when in an organization or in business. Here are the contents for today's video. Introduction, definition, importance and objectives of communication, process of communication, types of communication, levels of communication, communication barriers, suggestions to overcome the barriers. So let's move ahead with introduction to communication. Communication comes from the Latin word communis, meaning common. We are trying to establish or build a commonness. Whatever message we are giving or whatever we want to communicate, we are trying to bring the commonness through the message. It is an exchange of ideas, opinions, facts, emotions by two or more persons. Transmits information, not only tangible facts, but determinable ideas, opinions, and emotions also. Facial expressions are a part of communication. Feedback is an essential aspect of communication, which is the most important part of the process of communication. When we talk something or when we impart our message, we expect some response. We need a feedback, then only our message, what we communicated, would become impactful. Let's see what the definition says. According to Oxford English Dictionary, it explains communication as the imparting, conveying, or exchange of ideas, knowledge, whether by speech, writing, or signs or symbols. Charles Cooley explains communication as the mechanism through which human relations exist and develop all the symbols of the mind, together with the means of conveying them through space and preserving them in time. Communication and its importance. Why communication is so much of importance. When we talk to people, we just cannot let it go. Nowadays, we talk through messages only, and most of the part of communication is done with texting. So, but when in a business or in an organization, you cannot have non-verbal communication, whereas verbal communication plays the major role. Now, when we talk about business communication in an organization, to have an effective communication which is significant for managers in the organization so as to perform the basic functions of management. If you become the manager and you want your company to run on a better scale, what is the most important part of your running of the business? You just cannot give your message through a gesture and then talk. You need to open your mouth, you need to convey, you need to bring out the ideas, you need to speak actually, you need to communicate. Planning. When you do planning, you organize the things. You have to have a certain plan in your mind. Then you organize what has to be done, how it has to be done. Then you have to lead the track, lead the way, and then take control over the things. With all these four aspects giving the importance, you can surely have a good organization. Let's study about the objectives. Good communication is as stimulating as black coffee and just as hard to sleep after. Of course, when we are tired, we feel sick sometimes, we need to have the boost. We need to get the boost. So at that time, what we do? We do drink coffee or tea. But then what happens? We are feeling fresh, and then later on we are not able to sleep. So that in way, a process to transmit and understand between the two people. Now, when you run an organization, you have to see that how things are going. And there is one thing for sure true in the world of business, that this is the fact that communication is something that you cannot skip or rest on. You have to speak out. With the proper help of communication, information can be easily transferred. It also helps in cleaning of specific meanings. Yes, of course. When you speak something, it clarifies what the message is. It clarifies the ideas in the mind. That is why paying heed to the significant objectives of communication, for sure will be quite useful and beneficial for the business. This is probably the one of the main reason why the whole social front of the business is solely based on communication, which is for sure. Let's look towards the objectives. Building awareness. One of the most important things in business communication. It is an essential part where people these days want to make sure that they can spread the message about their products in a better way. You have to have the awareness, you have to build up in such a way that whatever product you are going to sell in the market, you should be providing or you should be giving awareness on that. Then only the customer or the people would be taking it. Providing information or educating. Creating awareness or interest. It might happen or it may happen that your client or the customer beforehand knows the product well, and he just walks into your company in your organization and want to see that what is all this about. But at that time, your skills of communication should be so much of effective that the customer in return would be interested in buying the product. Promotion or promoting. Public marketing, advertising, public relations, customer education, etc. are the part of promotion strategies, and communication again plays the most important role, significant role in channelizing all these activities. When you want to achieve your target, you have to have a good communication skill. Organizing resources. There are different resources such as financial, human resources, material resources, etc., which are the integral part of an organization. Communication serves an essential role in organization, in an organizing or in an organization. All these resources are very much fruitful. You have to have a better understanding in overcoming these challenges with the well ordered channelization. Offering better coordination. Most this is the most crucial objective. With the right use of communication strategies, it helps the managers or the business professionals or the personnel to accomplish organizational goals. Increase efficacy, productivity. How? Productivity of a workplace increases with the efficacy of the workforce. The managers must communicate in a right way. They should practice the right strategies at right time, in a best possible manner, in a best personalized manner, so that your productivity is increased. If you're nagging all the time behind the employee, you won't be having good productivity. Harmonious relationship between or management and co-workers. Now, communication, again, we know that it is the prime factor where the force can make or break things either on the personal front or on the organizational front. You need to have a good relationship among your people, among the working people. If you are not in that way, if you do not behave in that way, you won't be having a good organization, or you cannot take control over the business. Job satisfaction of the employees, or you can have to improve discipline, which is also one of the most essential point in running of the business. When businesses or HR managers ensure the environment for the employees that they can speak out their minds, they can express their viewpoints, their desires, the job satisfaction, the level of the employees will be for sure on the higher side. If they are given this freedom, the running of the organization becomes quite easy. Let's take a look on the process of communication. The circle which we study here solely depends on the sender and the receiver. When you communicate something, when you are communicating, the sender has to have a clear set of mind, a clear set of message to throw on to the receiver. And when this message is traveling through proper channel, there are certain ways, there are certain tracks where the message gets depleted. It can have a barrier, and it has a barrier in between. We'll study this later on. When the message is encoded by the receiver, it is also decoded to get a proper feedback. Here, in this diagram of a process of communication, when sender is giving out some message, it is going to be encoded by the receiver. You are going to give a message, or you are going to communicate to the person in front of you. If your ideas, if your information, if your set of mind is clear with the message, the receiver can understand and encode the message with proper channel, and then it can be decoded for proper feedback, whereas feedback is an essential part of communication. Let's have a look on types of communication. Now, what we are studying here is basically based on all business communication, whereas communication in general, you know what general communication is, but in terms of business level, organizational level, there are certain things to be covered. So first, here we see according to mode, which is oral and written, according to medium, again two examples, electronic and print, according to number participants, dyadic and group, according to direction, one way, two way, and according to purpose, general and business. So these are all bifurcations of the types of communication. Let's see what it says according to mode. Oral communication and written communication. With both these two words, it is very much clear that oral means you're talking, you are giving your message through the mouth. Communication is essential for success in any business, and the type of communication will vary given the circumstances and business needs. Oral communication is the process of expressing information or ideas by word of mouth, which is why I told you then what you talk, you're going to say through your mouth under oral communication, where it is very much essential for the success in any business. Written communication, which is an authentic part, it says it refers to the process for conveying a message through the written symbols. In other words, it says any message exchanged between two or more persons that make use of written words is called as written communication. For example, you have electronic mails, memos, reports, documents, letters, journals, job description, employee manuals, etc., which are written down and that can be communicated well. According to medium, what way, what material do you use to communicate communication? Electronic, there are certain ways, certain medium to be used, like computer transmission, electronic email, messages, digital communication, like your mobile phones, your laptops, your computers, all that. Now print, which cannot be written down but printed. It was the basic form of communication, like newspapers, weeklies, magazines, monthlies, banners and graphics, posters and other forms of all printed materials come under this medium. Now according to number participants, we have two over here, dyadic and group. Now dyadic means two but of similar kind or similar nature. It is an interpersonal relationship, a dialogue relation, face to face, which comes under verbal communication, but again of two similar kinds or two similar nature. And in group communication, you can understand talking within the group. It can be verbal, it can be non-verbal as well, where you have families, friend circles, work teams, committees, and sports person. Now, direction. We all have studied one-way communication and two-way communication, and we do understand this very well. Now, one-way communication, through this picture, it says that only one person is talking to the other person, but in return, nothing comes out. The message is sent from the sender only to the receiver without any feedback. And in two-way communication, it says the sender and the receiver, the message is passed on between them, and then a response is added. According to purpose, you have general communication and business specifically. In general communication, we have understood, and we know that in general communication, it is carrying all the aspects in general way. But in business communication, it is that part of communication that promotes a product, service, marketing, or an organization. It relays information within a business, functions as an official statement from a company. It is common for prestigious company to insist upon excellent communication skills as a requirement at the time of recruitment. So when in business level, in an organizational level, you have to maintain a certain etiquette. It is authentic and it is the requirement at the time. Next we see here levels of communication. Now, level of communication is divided into four parts, that is intrapersonal, interpersonal, group, and mass. So, what is intrapersonal communication? It is the part or the type of communication in levels of communication that intend the use of language and thoughts within oneself. When you talk to yourself with your thoughts, with your own feelings, with your own emotions, you take time to decide certain things, you take your own time, and you're talking to yourself, to your inner conscious. In that way, we can say that it is called as intrapersonal. Interpersonal, talking to one another. Group communication, it is the exchange of ideas again within the group, which can be social or some task group, like you have group discussion. Mass communication, you have a small group of communication or people in an organization. Now we'll see communication barriers. I hope you do understand the meaning of barriers. Barriers are the hindrances in communication. Many companies develop difficulties within the organizational language, cultural diversity, gender differences, status differences, and physical separations are the barriers to communication within an organization. See, when you talk, you tend to have certain barriers. It is always said that if you are going to speak up or if you have something in your mind, please do not stop there. You need to communicate, you need to converse to the people, you need to converse to a person if you're having doubts or if you do not understand anything. For example, in a general way, if we talk about, if you are talking to your friend or your friend is angry but you do not know what has happened, and you or the person who is a friend of you is staying quiet, and how the things are going to get cleared. So for this, the hindrances or the obstacles have to be evaded. These has to be stopped. The barrier has to be taken out. The barrier has to be moved out so that you can have a beautiful conversation or you can have a good communication, and so the idea or the things which are getting confused in your mind is cleared. So to overcome these barriers, there are certain suggestions. Clarify the idea before communicating. You have so many mixed emotions, so many thoughts inside your mind running, but you need to be clarified on that. Communicate according to the need of the receiver. Sometimes it might happen you are in your own world and the receiver is in his or her world, but you have to see that what state of mind or what the receiver needs. Consult others. If you are having any doubt, do consult the seniors. Be aware of the language, the tone and content of the message. You have to have a control of your language also. Convey things of help and value to the listener. Try to make the person, the receiver, understand that what you are talking about. Just don't go on saying and making the person angry and you also getting irritated. Ensure a proper feedback. Of course, when we talk something, we want some feedback in return, isn't it? But what happens? You communicate you to just only to reply, but you do not communicate to understand what the message is being given. Consistency of the message. Whatever you are talking, you have to have a consistency, you have to have a proper track on it. Just don't go here and there and then moving around the bush. Don't do that. When you are talking something on certain points, be precise on that. Follow up communication. In an organization, when something is being conveyed, you have to have a follow up that what all things are in progress. And of course, be a very good listener. Unless and until you are not a good listener, you won't be able to understand the things. You know, humans have this tendency, or we tend to communicate only to reply on certain things. We do not listen, we do not hear properly that what is being conveyed. If we try to understand these aspects of communication, what the things are being conveyed, then only we can have a proper balance in our personal and professional life as well. So here we come up with the end of the video. I hope you all have understood what communication is and what business communication is. Please go through the video once again, try and understand, read, go through the points once again, and be a good listener, be a good converser, and have a healthy life. Thank you all.